Ooh, I'm
And
recording this call.
sometimes even forgive your debt completely. If you have more than $10,000 in federal student loans, please press 1 now to check your eligibility.
Greetings, Deputy Center. My name is Alicia. This call is being recorded for quality purpose. Who do I have a pleasure of speaking with today?
Michael Johnson.
Hi, Michael. Are you inquiring about a forgiveness act released by Congress?
I am.
Okay, if you qualify, your loan payments could drop by up to 65%, or sometimes even have your debt completely forgiven. Would you like to go to a questionnaire to see if you qualify?
Let's do that.
Are you currently enrolled in school?
I am not currently enrolled in school.
What type of student loan you have, private or federal?
I have a little of both.
You have what?
A little bit of both.
What kind of faults you have?
What kind of what?
Could you repeat what you say? I'm asking if you have a private or federal loan.
I have both. I have private and federal.
I will only be able to assist you with the federal. How much in federal debt you have?
100,000.
What is the status of your loan? Are you currently making payments?
Payments are currently being made.
What is your monthly payment?
$350.
Are you disabled?
I am not disabled.
Are you in public service that working for city, state, or nonprofit organization?
I am not in public service.
Are you currently going through bankruptcy?
I am not.
What is your filing status? Are you single, married, or head of household?
I'm married.
Filing jointly or separately?
Jointly.
What is your family size?
3.
Do you have a taxable income?
I have a taxable income.
What is your annual gross before taxes?
$35,000.
And if you were asked to provide proof of income, would that be last year's tax return or pay stubs?
I would use tax returns.
Okay. Just a minute here, Michael. I'm going to go ahead and check to see if you qualify.
Well, that was fun dealing with that scammer. Of course, the phone call went on longer. I kind of got bored with trying to figure out the fun ways to edit the call. But basically, after I cut the phone call off, she comes back and says, "Oh yeah, you are approved." And then she needs the email address attached to my FAFSA account. So what was actually going on here is there was some series of scams going on. And this is one of them. Now, I actually wanted to go to the Forbes system, but I'm going to rant on Forbes here a little bit. Forbes is a place that I usually block out altogether because this computer and my main work computer over here have an ad blocker on them to prevent all this crap. You cannot even get into Forbes site if you don't have if you enable your ad blocker. You have to whitelist your ad blocker to get into Forbes site. So screw you, Forbes. I'm not going into your site. Period. Done. Never again. Never. You want views on your site? You want to tell advertisers that people actually come visit your site? Allow me to access your site. So I wanted to go to theirs. No, I'm not going to. I'm not going to link it. I'm not going to do nothing with it. I went to CNN Tech because it had a very similar article. So what's going on here? This is a scam that has come out earlier this year, and basically what has happened is if you get into filling out the FOSFA form that every person needs to fill to go into college, regardless if you want student loan money or not, you got to fill this stupid thing out. And part of it is they need your parents' tax records in order to get in there and determine, do you get grants, do you get loans, what do you want? Of course, the biggest problem is that you get all the money you want for college. The question is, are you paying it back or not? And that's the challenge. But all that being said, what is going on here is that the people are they're trying to get access to the information. Now, what they're doing is they're cross-referencing. The reason they need that email is too many people use the same email for everything. And they're cross-referencing that email along with other email lists to see if there is a password, because not only do people frequently use the same emails, they frequently use the same passwords. So what these guys are doing here is they're trying to gain access to your FOSFA email and cross-referencing that with your passwords to see if they can't gain access to your tax information. So that was what was behind that call. Of course, from the time I'm releasing that video, that call actually happened a couple of months ago. And I've kind of been playing with it, but I just need to get it off my computer here. I kind of made a mess with my desktop. But overall, though, that's kind of what's been going on is they're trying to get in and they're trying to whittle out who you are, gain out more information, and figure out what that email address is. And if you listen to the full call, at the end of that call, the scammer actually even gives you the real FOSFA website. Because I went through and verified it, it is the real site, and that adds a little bit of legitimacy to what's going on. But the key is I couldn't get a callback number. I couldn't get any real information from them other than that. But, these guys are not going to call you up spontaneously to offer you a great deal. And it was actually hilarious because right before I turned on the recorder, it actually is like, the Obama administration it's like, lady, Obama hasn't been in administration for a long time. About time to change your computer recording. But what's going on here is that 100,000 accounts were hacked utilizing this type of system. 400% increase over last year, including phishing and malware. And basically what is happening is they're trying to gain access to your FOSFA account so that they can gain access to tax information. And with that, they can actually gain access and hijack your tax returns. Because most Americans are getting tax returns as well, which you should be adjusting things so that if you get any return, it should not be less. It should not be any more than the $100, $200. If you do not have a weird income, like I have a weird income, I have a hard time predicting that, but I also have to pay quarterly taxes. Okay, but I can gauge it so that it gets to the end of the year, and I'll either shoot them a few $100 or I'll get a few $100 back. But if you're to the point where you're getting thousands of dollars for your refund, you need to readjust some things for your taxes so you're not bringing home as much money. Because all that's happening when you're doing that is you are allowing the government to use your money without giving you any interest all year. Awesome! But then what happens is, because a lot of these hackers and people realize that this occurs, and most people are using the same emails and the same passwords for everything, they're trying to basically call these people, gain access to the information, figure out what the email address is, cross-reference that with email addresses that they can get, and verify that that's your information, and then they're going to try and use that to co-opt your tax information. That's really the scam that's been going on here. And I had fun with this. I hope that you had fun with this as well. But with that, that was this. If you guys really want to hear the full phone call, I'll throw it up there somewhere, someplace. But for the most part, I just kind of wanted to get something out just quick so that we could mostly get this thing off my desktop. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this call. I had a little bit of fun doing this, and with all that being said, I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux. And if you call me up and you're a scammer, you very well may become on my channel. Have fun.